Tim, what makes it so complex to work customer-centric as a company?
So customer centricity is one of the few things which are simple but not easy. And for most companies, they are hindered by their own structures, mindset, and processes as well. So they have to overcome their established structures first before they can even start thinking about becoming customer-centric.
So if I hear you right, I mean, everyone is talking about agile generally. It's really like you have to dive deep, you have to understand the structures, and especially work with the mindset.
Yeah, that's right. And I think what most people confuse when they heard the word agile is that it's about sprints and velocity, but all this stuff is like artificially made up and it's not centered around customer value. So this is why I advise companies to start by talking to the customers first as a very foundation for becoming agile, instead of getting caught up in process improvements like Scrum Masters or other techniques.
So this means like you have to have the customer in mind, but also like the context you're working in, right?
Yeah, and you need to enable your employees as well so that they are able to talk to customers in the first place as well. Because what most companies don't realize is that they probably have some sort of policies in place which actually prevents their teams from talking to customers, whether it's legal issues or pure infrastructure. So they need to break down these walls first to enable everyone to get access to customers, and only then they will see the results finding their place into the product development themselves.
So to me it sounds a bit like, I mean, we have this buzzwording around agile since a long time, but understanding it really in that context is something a lot of companies are lacking, right?
Yeah, that's true. And the primarily reason for that is, from my perspective, that some CEO says that, okay, now we want to become agile. We hire an agile consultancy. They come in, they advise you on setting up cross-functional teams and work in iterative ways. And while these are also parts of agility, of course, I think being customer-centric is the very first one, and most consultants don't teach you about how to do that, and they just leave this one out because it doesn't sound so shiny and it requires more work than most people would like to.
As far as understood, you also have set criteria. What makes a company customer-centric?
Yeah, so there are a couple of metrics you could measure, and these are not specifically tied to the product, but more like to the organizational structure. So I recommend companies to measure customer access metrics instead of customer success metrics, like check the number of what's the share of employees who have a direct access to customers, how many steps does one average employee has to take to talk to a customer, or when was the last time a team lead responded to a support ticket themselves.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Sure, you're welcome.